in the cold shadows of Elsinore Castle, where stone walls echo with secrets and the sea wind never rests, a young prince returns home in mourning. His name is Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, and he comes not to celebrate, but to grieve. His father, the noble King Hamlet, has died suddenly, and the court is already wearing new colours. For even before the funeral flowers had withered, Queen Gertrude, Hamlet's mother, married again, this time to Claudius, her brother-in-law, who has now taken the crown. The world has shifted under Hamlet's feet. His heart is heavy, his mind is restless. But soon, he learns that death is not the end of the story. A ghost in the darkness. One night, on the castle ramparts, a ghost appears, silent at first, then speaking only when Hamlet arrives. The guards tremble, and even Hamlet is unsure. But when the spirit lifts its pale arm and points a finger of fate, he follows. The ghost reveals the truth. I am thy father's spirit, murdered, sleeping in my orchard, now sent to burn until my sins are purged. But know this, thy uncle, now king, poured poison in my ear. Claudius is my killer. Hamlet is shattered. Rage fills him, but so does doubt. Can he trust this ghost? Is this a devil in disguise, tempting him into damnation? Or is it truth crying from the grave? And so begins Hamlet's descent, not into madness, but into the labyrinth of conscience, delay, and dread. The play's the thing. Hamlet does not strike immediately. He plays mad, speaks in riddles, and sets traps for the mind. The court grows uneasy. Claudius watches him closely. Polonius, the old advisor, believes the prince is lovesick for his daughter, Ophelia, and sets spies to watch him. But Hamlet is not ruled by passion, he is ruled by thought. And thought, when stretched too far, can paralyze action. To test the ghost story, Hamlet arranges a play, The Murder of Gonzago, altered to mirror the crime the ghost described. He watches Claudius from the shadows. When the actors pour the poison into the sleeping king's ear, Claudius stands, startled, and flees. The play's the thing, Hamlet. Hamlet whispers, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. Now he knows the truth. Now he must act. But again, he waits, to be or not to be. Alone, Hamlet steps into the most famous moment in English drama. He does not speak to others, but to himself and to us. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing, end them. He wonders if death is peace or a dream that might hold deeper terrors. He wonders if action is courage or foolishness. He wonders if thought itself is a curse. It is here that we see the heart of the tragedy. Not a hero brought down by arrogance or fate, but a man trapped in the endless storm of his own mind, death and missteps. Spurred on by the ghost, yet pulled back by doubt, Hamlet grows reckless. In his mother's chamber, he hears someone behind a curtain and, thinking it is Claudius, stabs. But it is Polonius, the foolish old man who did not deserve to die. This single act of rashness begins the unraveling. Ophelia, mad with grief at her father's death and Hamlet's cruelty, drowns in a river of flowers. Laertes, her brother, returns in fury and challenges Hamlet to a duel. Claudius, ever scheming, poisons Laertes' sword and prepares a poisoned cup as backup. But justice, once awakened, will not sleep. The duel and the fall. In a hall filled with shadows and courtiers holding their breath, Hamlet and Laertes fight. The swordplay is fierce, but treachery does not wait. Laertes wounds Hamlet with the poisoned blade. But in the scuffle, the blades are exchanged and Laertes is wounded too. Queen Gertrude, unaware, drinks from the poisoned cup, meant for her son, and collapses. Laertes, dying, reveals the truth of Claudius's plot. The king's to blame, he gasps. With one last burst of fury, Hamlet seizes the poisoned sword and strikes Claudius down. Here, thou incestuous, murderous, damned Dane, drink off this potion. Justice is served, but at a terrible cost. Hamlet, poisoned and dying, turns to his friend Horatio. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. And with that, Hamlet dies, the kingdom left behind. As the smoke clears and the bodies lie still, Fortinbras, a Norwegian prince, arrives and finds Denmark's royal family dead. He takes the throne not by conquest, but by inheritance. The tragedy ends not with vengeance, but with silence and the weight of a question. What does it mean to live rightly? In a world so filled with betrayal, confusion, and delay, why Hamlet still matters. Shakespeare's Hamlet is not just a story of revenge. It is a meditation on the human condition. It asks, can we act justly in an unjust world? Can thought be both a gift and a curse? How do we know what is true when everyone wears a mask? Hamlet is a prince, a philosopher, a lover, and a son. But above all, he is us, unsure, searching, torn between the call to act and the fear of doing wrong. If the Iliad is a song of war, and the Odyssey a song of return, and the Republic a song of wisdom, then Hamlet is a song of the soul, its doubts, its dreams, its darkness, and its final fleeting light.